Hello, and welcome to Internet, a mobile app developed to help international students deal with mental illnesses and the stresses of living abroad. This demonstration will follow the persona of Connor Perez, an international postgraduate student from the United States who is dealing with depression, anxiety, and untreated ADHD as he embarks on his journey to use the app to help improve his mental health. Starting with onboarding, Connor answers a series of questions about his background and where he is studying. This information will later be used to help connect Connor to other users. He will also enter basic information such as his name, date of birth, email address, password, and acknowledge the terms of service and privacy policy. Once he has signed up, he will be introduced to Kara, an artificial intelligence chatbot who uses the information gathered from the user to make recommendations about how to best improve their situations. Kara informs Connor that he has automatically been added to groups based on the information he provided in onboarding, and offers him the chance to link his Canvas and phone apps. He can also enter his interests, upload a profile picture, and enter a bio. Following the completion of his profile, Connor begins his first chat with Kara, who begins by asking a simple question: "How do you feel today?" Connor has the option of using a color wheel to indicate his feelings or entering them himself. He will start by indicating his base emotion and then indicate the intensity. Kara will follow up by asking for more information about what is causing this emotion in order to best determine the right suggestions. In this example, Connor is feeling lonely and misses his family and girlfriend at home. Kara makes 3 suggestions that focus on fostering relationships at home, in London, and with oneself. Of course, Connor has the option of replying that he does not like any suggestion, at which time Kara would offer another suggestion or simply offer to listen, like a friend. In this scenario, Connor chooses to schedule a call with his family and girlfriend. Connor can schedule events for himself directly in the app, and also view his combined calendar from syncing the aforementioned apps. He can add an event by entering the name, location, date, and time of the event, and decide if he would like to set a reminder. Any events that he joins on the app will also be shown on this calendar, as will his routines and goals, so everything will be integrated and kept together. Upon returning to the home screen for the first time, Connor will see his saved recommendations from Kara, as well as his newly scheduled event. The recommendations list also indicates which section of the app to go to try out Kara's recommendations. Carol will also provide tips when appropriate. There are multiple ways to meet fellow students through the app, beginning with the Buddy Up feature. Buddy Up pairs users with 3 other users each day based on their nationality, location, school, and interests. Users can review their matches and then provide feedback to the app about how accurate of a match it was. Users can also adjust the parameters of matching if desired. Connor has gone ahead and matched with Jason, who has already sent him a message. The last recommendation Kara made for this scenario was to try out a coping mechanism. Several types of coping mechanism are offered through the app, but today Connor chooses to try out some deep breathing techniques. He can go through the exercise either with the app guiding him or on his own, but either way he will be able to provide feedback at the end for how easy and effective he found it to be. This information will be used next time he feels like he needs it, and coping techniques that are deemed both difficult and ineffective will be deprioritized accordingly. We next find Connor returning to the app the next day. Kara firstly asks a question in response to the event he scheduled the previous day, before moving to the daily emotional check-in. Today, Connor feels frustrated with his academic progress, so Kara makes suggestions that will help him feel more organized and productive. He begins by making a routine that includes healthy habits. Not only has Kara highlighted some activities that are good for productivity, but he can include his own ideas for activities that he thinks are a good idea. He can also adjust the start time and frequency, as well as receive reminders throughout the day. Now his routine will show up in his integrated calendar with his due dates and events. He next moves to lessons about British academic culture. There are several class offerings to help users learn more about their host country, with personalized prioritization based on the information gathered by Kara. For this scenario, he selects the lesson on academic culture, which he can easily swipe through. The lessons also provide short tips and can be favorited for quicker access later. Some lessons, such as time management, will route users to the ways in which the app can help them apply these lessons to their life. Within the community section, another opportunity for users to connect is within groups of shared interests and programs. In this scenario, Connor will look to find other architecture students to connect with and form a study group. Luckily, it seems like Jake has something similar in mind, and Connor is able to easily reply and then wait for a direct message from Jake to meet up. He can also explore the group events and look to meet other students in person. Events from groups he is a part of, as well as other recommended events, will also show up in the Events tab. Kara's last recommendation for this scenario is to set an academic goal. Connor can choose from one of the prompts or enter his own personal goal. He can also decide if it is a long-term goal or a repeating goal that he would like to accomplish frequently. He can keep his goal updated by providing more information about tasks involved in the goal. The app also features a journal section, which acts similarly to a notes app, but also includes prompts for self-reflection and can be shared with a therapist if the user desires. In the third AI chat we see in this demonstration, Connor exhibits alarming signs of a massive depressive episode. Kara is automatically prompted to see if he needs emergency care before offering to help find him a therapist. When looking for a therapist, Connor can filter by language, specialty, meeting type, and availability. When he finds the therapist he likes, he can send them an appointment request and give the therapist permission to review information from the app about what he has been experiencing. The therapist will respond by asking for Connor's availability in turn, which they can use to offer him an appointment. Taking the step towards getting a therapist is considered very difficult by many, so streamlining this process removes the stress and keeps the user focused on getting better. Internet scored very highly amongst testing participants who were all members of the app's target audience. After addressing some of the usability issues and further development of certain features, I'm confident that the app will be a helpful resource for those struggling to acclimate to life abroad. Thank you for watching this demonstration.